Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Hasbro Power Rangers crossover with TMNT Turtles Green Ranger Shredder. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Hasbro Power Rangers crossover with TMNT Green Ranger Shredder. Now, before we start this review, guys, I do want to say shout out and thank you so much to my good friend Robert for allowing me to have one of his two Shredders that arrived because mine still has not shipped. So as soon as mine arrives, I will be sending it over to him so that way he can have his second one back. But he was gracious enough to allow me to have one of his two that he did pre-order. So thank you so much to him for making this review possible, and honestly allowing me to add this to my collection so soon, because man, is this a fucking sick figure. Honestly, instant top 10 figure of this year, and it's only the third month of the year, guys, and instantly this has to be on that list because look at it. Hasbro really went all out on this figure, I have to admit, and they took everything that I love from the Power Ranger line that they're currently working with and doing and brought it to this Shredder. Now, we've honestly always gotten cool Shredders from, say, NECA, but obviously the articulation in those figures, while they're present and there, doesn't always work the way they should. You know, they're always a little tight, you know, a little iffy to move and blah, blah, blah. Whereas this Shredder figure has none of those issues. It has the fluidity of the Power Rangers collection line in all the joints and articulation, which I absolutely love. And it has all the points of articulation that those figures have as well. There's really only one point of articulation that he doesn't have that I do have an issue with, and I will go into that, but it's a very, very minor one. And if you're looking at this image close enough, you can probably figure out what it is, but we'll go ahead and address that issue when it comes up. Like I said, it's a very minor issue considering how amazing this figure looks and honestly works, articulates, however you want to word it, say it. Yeah, this guy is amazing. So if you guys don't know where this came from, last year, or was it the year before that? Man, time flies. I think it was 2020, or was it 2019? I don't even know. A few years ago at this point. Man, time fucking flies. Boom Studios, or Boom Comics, went ahead and did a crossover mini comic series between the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In that comic, the Ninja Turtles actually morph into Rangers, and Shredder actually gets a hold of the Green Ranger morpher and becomes the Green Ranger Shredder right here, as you can see. And man, you couldn't create a more badass fucking looking villain. I mean, look at this guy. He just screams, "Fear me," and run. Like, oh my god. The tattered cape. It's not wired. I have to admit, it's not wired. We'll get into that, but it does somewhat hold its shape when you kind of fold it in certain ways. But I mean, this figure, the helmet, the look, the lightning accessory. So yeah, talking about the lightning accessory, why don't we go ahead and jump on into accessories, because he doesn't come with too much. Not that he does need much. I mean, he's menacing enough as it is. But he does come with two separate lightning effects, one for either hand on his wrist knives and stuff. So these do plug into the knives themselves and not his fist, which is amazing because, you know, obviously he's going to be leading with the knives and not his fist. But you do also get a pair of open action hands, as well as a pair of closed fist hands, which he is currently wearing right now. So that is it in terms of accessories, but like I said, for this figure, you really don't need much else. In the comics, he doesn't use any kind of weapons. He basically just fucks people up with his bare hands and his, you know, his shredder claws. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and pull this guy forward so we can get a nice closer look at him. So yeah, I mean, oh my god, just look at the way he shines in that light and everything. Just amazing. Hasbro really outdid themselves with this figure. I have to admit, this has to be my favorite Hasbro figure by far in any line or form. Honestly, Star Wars, Marvel, Power Rangers, anything. This takes the cake for me in terms of any Hasbro figure in existence. And I don't think any other Hasbro figure can beat this figure at any point, in my opinion. It's just a combination of things that I love and just done very, very well. And like I said, they put their heart and soul into this figure. You can see they tried. They made this figure the best for a reason, and they even put him by himself. That's how you know. They didn't double pack him with anybody. They're like, no, this guy is all you need in that pack. So yeah, taking a look at his costume, it's very comic accurate, very nice. Taking a look at the cape, it does have some holes. It's tattered and torn. It's getting caught on his ankle. But yeah, so it looks tattered and torn like it does in the comics. Like I said, it's not wired here, but if you fold it and do different, oops, sorry guys, if you fold it and do different things, it kind of holds its shape. So I really wish they would have ran a wire through, so it could have been like, oh, look at how amazing that would have looked. Oh man. Okay, Hasbro, it's still the best figure, but man, that's a missed opportunity because it just sags down, which is still kind of looks cool the way it's draped and everything, but imagine just it blowing in the wind. Maybe I need to get a little bit of a fan going so that way it holds, or put something there to hold it like this. I don't know, but I think right there would be the money shot right there. So anyways, guys, that's all I have to say on the cape. But other than that, the figure itself is just immaculate, beautiful. The gold, it shines so beautifully. The purple right here, the green, and then, you know, obviously, guys, green is my favorite color. Green Ranger's always been my favorite, tying in the Power Rangers with the Ninja Turtles, and even throwing a little bit of a Joker scheme color right there. I mean, what more can I ask for in a figure? So the only thing I could say is I would rather have him, you know, much larger, but it wouldn't have been in the scale and everything, so that makes sense. But anyways, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into articulation. So the only thing that's really hindered in terms of articulation is his head because of his giant helmet and then the shoulder pads right here, but he will still look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. His helmet is made of a soft rubbery plastic, so it does kind of move out of the way as you move it, but he will not look up. He will look down that far, and he will not look up at all, basically just straight at you, because the back of the helmet prevents his head from going anywhere upwards. His arms will go out to a T-pose, 360 rotation, and a great butterfly joint, and that's the one thing I love, and that's one of the things I was talking about them bringing the best parts of the Power Ranger Lightning collection to this figure, is that amazing butterfly joint, that amazing butterfly joint right there. Like I said, 360 rotation at the shoulder, but you got to be careful because this is attached to something else, and so as you move the shoulder, it seems to have moved, so yeah, you want to be careful with that. Bicep rotation right there. Double hinge pinless articulation. Look at that. Pinless, guys. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a top 10 figure instantly, and my favorite figure from Hasbro. Pinless technology on this. Please do the turtles in regular form. Please do the turtles in regular form. Hinging in and out at the wrist. Rotation at the wrist. You do get upper rotation at the abdomen. You do get an amazing ab crunch right there. Ab crunch back. You will get a full splits from the Ninja Master, so he definitely can join the cheerleading squad. You do get an upper thigh cut right there. He will kick forward that far, and that's even the side with that little, you know, ribbon hanging down. He won't kick back at all, as none of the Lightning collection do, but that's a very minor thing, considering that they have pinless technologies in his double hinge knees as well. Man, this figure just keeps getting better and better. So with that being said, let's move on into the final piece of articulation. His ankles will go down that far. They will go up that far. I really thought I snapped him right there. I got really scared, but they're just on a really good wrench joint right there, so thankfully. Good ball rocker hinge at the bottom, so that way his feet can go any which way, and he can pull off some amazing ninja poses. Like, come on, like, look at this shit. Like, look at that. My God, this figure is fucking amazing. All right, guys. So that's been the articulation and everything with this figure. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you guys waiting for this currently on a pre-order? Let me know down in the comments below. But with that being said, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast, where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy collecting, toy photography, and so much more. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool badass pics that I took of this guy. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's morphin' time. Cowabunga! Have a great fucking day. thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, CoolFigurez Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. CoolFigurez Store. Check them out, guys.